Holy shit. Hell. Oh dear hell. Ron? Ron, what the hell is that thing? It's the devil, man. Devil? It's a guy in a skin-tight blue jumpsuit. What the hell? Did he just slam 10 psychos? I think I'm going to be sick. Holy shit, he just split that guy's head open. I really shouldn't have eaten those beans. Damn, he just keeps kicking people in the balls. Oh shit, I think he saw me. I think he left. I hate you.
Remember, the key to being a good thief is nice and stealthy. Like a mouse.
The Wasteland is full of some pretty loud shit, from those stupid vertibirds to suiciders with their mini nukes. My ears are far too sensitive for those kinds of weapons, which is why I'm going to see if you can beat Fallout 4 with only silenced weapons. I am specifically talking about suppressed guns, so no melee for this run. And considering you can attach the suppressor to almost any gun in the game, I am also adding the rule that the weapon must come pre-equipped with the suppressor. This will limit my options to a select few weapons. With that being said, let's get into the video. I loaded up my save from the end of Vault 111, and before I left, I rearranged my special stats for a focus on being sneaky, made myself bald, I escaped the vault, did some early game looting, and found a Ushanka hat that will protect my sensitive ears and bald scalp. I paid a visit back home to add an extra point to luck for the Idiot Savant perk, and then went off in search for my first weapon. I wanted to aim for the Railroad as they would have some of the more stealthy characters and have a selection of silenced weapons. I brought the Walking Dead to my local diner and they didn't last a fucking minute against Wolfgang and Simone. That's okay, I dealt with the problem like I usually do. Hid like a little bitch and let Trudy take care of them. I was going to move on after getting paid, but I decided to search through her shop and was surprised to find a suppressed pipe pistol right off the bat. I grabbed the pistol and took it back to Sanctuary to upgrade it as much as I could, and then got attacked by a random blowfly that I didn't want to waste ammo on. I finally made my way to the Railroad and used all 5 of my bullets to take out the ghouls on the opening room. I was going to Good Neighbor to grab more ammo and forgot I was being chased down by an oversized green Rottweiler. I tried again and was right at the door when another dog bit my ankle. I got killed by LeBron James as he yeeted a grenade right in my face. I finally reached Good Neighbor, I grabbed some more ammo, got into the splash zone, and then went around and discovered some nearby locations before returning to the church. For some reason, I also added the rule that I would not be gun bashing in this video and must attack while only shooting. Usually, that's not much of a problem, but there are points where it is. I tried to take out the last guy with my last bullet. I went back to grab more ammo and returned to finally take out the ghouls. I figured out their stupid password and had to stop myself from painting the chamber with their own blood. I probably wouldn't be able to do much with 13 bullets anyway, but it would be very cathartic. Deacon came in clutch and calmed the situation. I started grabbing the sneak perks and was ordered to meet Deacon at the rendezvous point for the mission. I went and upgraded my pistol into a rifle. When I reached Deacon, we were attacked by some nearby gunners. My fat ass got stuck on some terrain, and I learned what lasers felt like on the body. I finally reached Deacon. We talked with their lookout and then made our way into a nearby drainage pipe, which is an entrance to this super secret military outpost that has been overrun by synths. I only had around 19 bullets to my name and I wanted to use Deacon as much as I could. Sadly, he is kind of squishy and isn't able to take many shots before dropping. One synth came running at me and tried to fist my ass, but I was thankfully able to hit my shots. Not 2 minutes later, an armless one comes out of nowhere and starts beating my ass with its stumps, forcing me to run around hoping for Deacon to take it out, but ultimately I had to kill it myself. Reaching the main atrium area, I used what little ammo I had left to pick off synths whenever I could, as Deacon took the brunt of them. I shot another synth inside in order for it to walk into a nearby Tesla trap. Sadly, they walked right through the trap and I was forced to run for my life and let Deacon take them out. The last few synths were harder to take out and I only had 2 bullets left. I shot one and they both rushed me. I took out one of them and was ready to dodge my ass off when Dance comes to my rescue and kills the last synth. With everything finished off, I am finally rewarded with the coolest gun in the game. I'm sure this challenge has been done already, but would a James Bond run be interesting to you guys? This gun and Ballistic Weave are literally the only reason for doing the Railroad questline. If I wasn't going to be doing their ending, I would probably take them out as soon as I got Ballistic Weave. Me and Deacon fought our way through the synths and to the surface where I nearly died. I was minding my own business after we finished the mission. Deacon, what the fuck?
10 seconds later.
Deacon, what the fuck? Are you getting off on this shit? I returned to the railroad and chose my codename, only to realize as I'm writing this script that I should have picked Whisper as my codename. I returned the prototype to Dr. Carrington, upgraded the deliverer, and talked to Tom to open his shop. He has a legendary that some of you may not know about called the Tinker Tom Special, a legendary hunting rifle that is always suppressed. A straight upgrade to my pipe rifle, but far too expensive for me at this point in the game. I started to continue the railroad questline, meeting an old man with a nice mustache and selling my excess equipment to a nearby vendor. I made my way to another church and cleared out the raiders that occupied it, and then waited until nighttime to continue the operation. Quick tip, if you just wait before 5 a.m, the mission will continue as like normal, but during the course of the quest, it will slowly turn morning, allowing you to see better. That being said, it won't help you when a mutant fills you full of holes. Next time through, I took a Molotov to the face and just stood there more annoyed than anything. I took out the raiders attacking me, and this beam protected your innocent eyes from gore. I witnessed a random explosion, and then shot a raider so hard his headless body reacted to the pain. Ah, my spleen! We finally reached our destination, and I quickly returned to watch a man get blown up. With the XP I received from the last quest, I picked up the gunslinger perk, and then sold everything I had except for my anal virginity to Tom for his rifle. For some reason, I made my way to the local library to pick up the intelligence bobblehead. I got to try out my brand new rifle as mutants raided the building, and between the speed of how fast I could shoot my pistol and how hard hitting my rifle rounds were, they let me tear through their numbers.
Shut up, bitch!
I dealt with the remaining super mutants and got an unwanted upskirt shot of a mutant's glowing fungus. I left before I puked and found myself taking out an entire cemetery full of ghouls, letting me see just how powerful the deliverer could be when you spec into the weapon. I made my way to the next railroad quest and used my suppressed guns like they're supposed to be used, silently taking out the raiders as I went, and then found a fun little bell.
Sweet!
I took out the guy with the rocket launcher so I could find the information I came for and not get a rocket up the ass. I fell down into the hole below and thanked my sneak skill for letting me slip by the giant death lizard and escape without issue. I returned to the crypt to turn in the quest, grab more ammo, and get a new mission from Pam. While out and about, I discovered green tech genetics for later, before clearing out the local drive-in movie theater. Holy fuck! One pair of pants later, I cleared out the area and set up a brand new settlement for the railroad. After finishing the quest, I went and upgraded my rifle and picked up even more ammo before taking it for a spin on the nearby mutants and gunners standing in front of the mass fusion building. For some reason, I decided to go into the building and silently take out all the gunners in my way. For the last guy, I wanted to try and make him shit a nuke, and I was forced to sneak around him, getting shots off on his fusion core whenever I could. He even tried to lure me in for a second by sneaking around in his power armor. However, I was successful in destroying his fusion core, but the bastard just ran at me like a madman and dropped his load at my feet. My second time went much better, allowing me to grab the strength bobblehead. My next quest finally allowed me to grab the pre-war cache with the ballistic weave inside, dealing with the gunners inside as they dealt with me just as well. I was able to reach the cache, and after speaking with Tom, unlocked ballistic weave for my clothing. However, I didn't have enough ballistic fiber on me, nor did I have enough money to pay for a shipment from Cleo. Annoyed at my own inadequacy, I decided to take my anger out on some wannabe gangsters, getting some very nice headshots as well as trapping a man in limbo, stuck falling for all eternity. The remaining guard didn't last very long as I silenced them for good, and nearly got my head bashed in by a baseball bat. I blew a pair of goons' minds and blew another man with my 10mm. I shot him in the dick. I dealt with Dino, saved Valentine, and ambushed a trio of idiots who came far too close to killing me. Coming through, motherfucker! I met Skinny with a 308 bullet to the dome, and then humiliated this dumbass duo even more by no-scoping Darla. Me and Nick took out the rest of the goons, and I soon met him outside and agreed to meet him back at Diamond City. I made my way to Diamond City and sat through Nick's questions, and immediately tried to break into Kellogg's house. I went and stole the house key right under the guard's nose, and while I was at it, I watched Paul get smacked around. Good for him, he can use a gun. I began to steal some of Cook's items because he's not going to be needing them, and the little shit Paul turns on me like he didn't just murder a man. Because I killed him, and then left the tap house, I got attacked by the entirety of Diamond City, and I ran for my fucking life. A guard hit me so hard that you could probably kill me with a harsh word. The bastard even survived a fucking exploding car like it was nothing. Why are Diamond City guards so fucking tanky? While I'm shunned from Diamond City, I dealt with the local drug deal, making sure they knew not to fuck with a man in a skin-tight blue onesie. Get the fuck out of here, Trish. I grabbed the drugs and waited until Diamond City finally stopped being pissed. Me and Nick finally found Kellogg's man cave. I grabbed dog meat and set off in search of Kellogg. up, did my traditional killing, and stumbled upon Cricket. I bet you all have been screaming at me to grab this very powerful weapon, and here you go. The spray and pray counts for the rules, as it always comes with a suppressor attached, which is pretty ironic, as it is anything but stealthy. Good thing there's a Yao Guai for me to test the thing out on. I have to say, this gun is just so good. It itches a part of my brain perfectly. I got very sidetracked on my way to Kellogg's base, and somehow ended up at Covenant in order to see if I could find a legendary shotgun with a suppressor, with no luck. I even stumbled on a group of Brotherhood soldiers being decimated by some feral ghouls that I ripped through with my spray and pray. I also may have gotten distracted by a sentient ghoul thigh. However, that wasn't why I was there, and walked into the police station so I could pick up a pair of military fatigues that I could use for my ballistic weave armor. This led me to acquiring the ballistic fiber shipment from Cleo, and finally adding the modification to my under armor. I got attacked by another bear on my way to Kellogg, got a sweet double explosion on a super mutant, and did a little hunting with Dogmeat, who disappeared into the distance in pursuit of a random rad stag. Aside from that, I made it inside the compound and Dogmeat came out of nowhere, and I wondered how the fuck he had gotten in there. But I was quickly distracted by a bunch of robots that needed to be shot. Nothing really exciting happened on this run through the compound, except for this one synth getting decimated by my deliverer, and this synth getting a new hole in its forehead. Reaching Kellogg, I tried to hit him with a one-shot kill, but it didn't work and he turned it right around on me. Trying again, I used the delicious substance known as drugs, as I painted the room with Kellogg's brain matter. I took out his other synths, downloaded his secret MILF porn, and watched the big eyesore fly in out of nowhere. I made my way to Nick before going straight to Dr. Amari to get in my favorite VR game, jumping on bald people. With knowing where I needed to go, I shot a ghoul up the ass, recruited the Protectron Ranger team, and enjoyed watching them spank a Deathclaw like it was nothing. I finally made my way into the glowing sea. They're trying to suck my ass! As I walked, I took out a legendary ghoul and obliterated their ankles with my explosive bullets, all to get... I can't use it, but I'm rock hard at that drop. I finally reached Virgil before turning my ass around and shoving my rifle down the throats of unsuspecting gunners. I just realized that I've been absolutely decimating the gunner members, and I feel nothing. Moving on, I took out the rocket gun from the lower walkway, enjoyed the smell of cooked gunner meat, and smacked the courser in the mouth with a bullet. I unloaded on his bitch ass as he healed himself, and then went all out with my spray and pray and took its name to fucking heart, thankfully able to use the few rounds remaining to kill the courser. I pulled out his slightly crispy butt plug. I rescued the synth, got the railroad to decode the chip, and got the interceptor plans from Virgil. I returned to Tom, and 5 minutes later I have a fully operational teleporter made out of coffee cups and paper mache. I did some electroshock therapy on my balls and teleported into the Institute, discovered their secrets, and learned of the railroad's secret pen pal called Patriot. I found a random child in a glass box like he's a monkey at a zoo. I spoke with Father and lied about wanting to join them, and talked with the Power Ranger wannabes. We all know who the true Rangers are. I met with Patriot in the back storage closet, which was totally not gay. I finally returned to the railroad and did some of their missions, which involved one-shotting a lot of raiders, even a legendary somehow. One mission involved me infiltrating a pre-war lab to grab a special password for Patriot. The majority of my time was spent taking out ghouls and climbing into the ceiling like an uglier xenomorph. I grabbed the special password and then spread a glowing one's ass cheeks wide open until it died. I just threw up a little bit in my mouth. I brought the password to Patriot and his synth friend, and after watching the woman drink air for a full day, I committed an unprovoked act of aggression against the synth guards that thought it was a good idea to stand in a big fucking cluster. I watched the average London disagreement, and then spoke with Father, who sent me off to bring back a rogue synth, and I fucking die soon after. I found the course I'm supposed to work with, and do what I do best: kill.
Mantis, look out!
I shot my way closer to the main outpost until I'm able to tag the raider with the fat man and take him out. I sniped most of the raiders until we reached the top, and the courser gives me the synth's secret code phrase. I chose violence instead. I returned to the Institute with my success, and was immediately given the mission to attack Bunker Hill. Now, being a railroad agent, I let them know about the imminent attack, and they tell me to stay undercover. Aside from taking out a heavily armed aerial vehicle with a fucking pistol, as well as making a Brotherhood knight shit themselves, nothing much happened as me and the courser made it to the runaway synths, and I take out the courser in order to save them. Even though I completely failed the mission, Father still allows me into the Institute. I even got to participate in a very important meeting. The meeting went so well that I got to take Allie on a very dangerous mission to retrieve something very important. I made short work of the Brotherhood soldiers guarding the roof, got the elevator working, and smacked around a guy in the power armor like it was nothing. But when I got to the elevator, the barrier wasn't open, and I couldn't get inside. So I operated the elevator from the outside, making it go down. I then pressed the button to bring it back back up, and that thankfully opened the barrier for me to enter. Having a sniper rifle made this journey down the elevator much easier than it would be if I didn't have one. Have I mentioned how awesome the Deliverer is? If not, it's fucking amazing. I no-scoped a Brotherhood scribe, which gave me a terrible idea for a video. Would you be interested in a no-scope only run? Me and Allie made it down to the basement. I pulled out the can of Pringles, and I tried to wait for the sentry bot that comes out to overheat so that I could get a hit on its fusion cores with a sneak attack. It wasn't meant to be, and I swiftly switched over to my spray and pray, trying to whittle its health down until I finished it off with my rifle. I somehow got a critical shot off on a Assaultron's backplate, causing massive damage, but aside from trying to blow up their knees, I booked it out of there in order to stay alive. I was able to take out the weak one, and then absolutely unloaded on the second one with every round in my spray and pray, before finishing it off with my Deliverer. I made sure to make a Brotherhood knight shit his pants before I left the mass fusion building. We returned to the Institute and was immediately sent out to retrieve a random scientist. I threatened the man behind the door, and then a synth just teleports into the room, making me wonder why the fuck I needed to deal with this shit. I returned to Father and got to send a message out to the Commonwealth.
Some of you may die, but it's a sacrifice I am willing to make.
I went off to Diamond City in order to boost the distance of my message. And then finally, I am able to insert the can of Pringles into the reactor. Finishing the quest, I went through another board meeting and got so bored I left and decided to check up on the Minutemen, chewing through the level 1 raiders with my Deliverer like nothing before fleeing inside to avoid a battle with the Brotherhood vertibird. I dealt with the raiders on the inside and got mewed at by Sturges. I made it outside and used the sniper rifle to beautiful effect until rushing in and releasing the Deathclaw to fight the nearby Brotherhood members. I followed as the Deathclaw had the knight on the ropes as they fought down the street until the lizard came out on top. I third-partied them so hard right afterward. I talked with the Minutemen and met them back at Sanctuary so I could get their XP. Needing to help Father just a little more, I went and dealt with the mutiny in the food lab. They reprogrammed their synths and refused to undo the lockdown, forcing me to unlock the door and deal with them the old-fashioned way. I put the 2 rogue scientists on probation and was finally approached by Patriot about an attack by the Brotherhood. I made sure to go around and grab as much ammo as I could before letting Desdemona know about the attack. Thankfully, they decided to attack through a very narrow hallway, making shots with my rifle much easier and very devastating to their numbers. The last one thought she was the main character and grabbed the Gatling laser for about 2 seconds before my bullet found her skull. Glory went out like a bitch, and I decimated the poor soldier who blasted through the wall. I dealt with the attackers and got a funny ragdoll by a soldier.
Oh, fuck. I can't believe you've done this.
I hit the last few Brotherhood knights so hard, I destroyed their helmet, giving me the perfect bulb target. Finishing the attack, Desdemona sends me off to destroy the Pridwin, which involved me, Tom, and Deacon attacking the Cambridge police station. I gave Night Rise a lobotomy, and got distracted by just how beautiful the sunsets could be in this game. I also put Night Rise in a car and made sure his body will never be found in one piece. We made our way into the police station, cutting through the numbers with my pistol, which made me remember why this is one of my favorite weapons in this game. We finally reached the vertibird on the roof, and while Tom is hotwiring the thing, another one appeared in the sky. I used the Deliverer to rip and tear through its cardboard wings so that none of the soldiers could jump from the vertibird. I did that until the bird crashed into a fiery ball of destruction. We got the stolen vertibird working and launched our undercover mission. Deacon gave me a full body orange condom to blend in with the enemy ranks. I was able to make it inside without worry, but then I got recognized by a random ass soldier on the lower deck. I tried again and had to crawl through the bowels of the blimp like a gremlin so that I could sneak by everything. Thankfully, I am able to attach and arm each of the 3 explosive charges on the blimp's fuel pumps. I booked it back to the getaway vehicle, and once we got far enough away, the Pridwin went up in a massive fireball, destroying the Brotherhood once and for all. I was about to teleport back to Desdemona when I witnessed a glitch in the Matrix. With the knowledge of reality being a scam, I went to the railroad to start the last mission. I met up with Patriot synth friends, and 2 synth guards and 3 squishy scientists later, we have control over the teleporter, transporting railroad agents in to finally start the assault. Me and the Minutemen made our way through the depths of the Institute, trying to get as many sneak attacks off as I could. Fuck. 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 Oh, thank God. I then went on a crazy headshot kill streak. I destroyed the random sentry bot for tradition's sake. I couldn't help but notice the guerrillas were tanky as shit, and I had to unload a shit ton of rounds from all of my guns in order to finally put them down. Yeah. Entering the atrium, I popped a jet and unloaded the spray and pray into an invisible courser, and went around dealing with all the synths that were guarding the area. None of them were much of a problem to deal with. We had a shit ton of good synths helping us out, bolstering our numbers.
He's just standing there, menacingly.
I gave Father a good look down my barrel. I unlocked the shutdown, dealt with the remaining guards, trying to use all of my weapons before the reactor room, watched the Sin spontaneously combust, and made sure to fill up my critical meter for what came next. With the rocket guy out of commission, I chewed through the rest of them with my explosive rounds and my pistol until I took out the remaining Black Armor synth with an epic death. I finally planted the bomb on the reactor core, got teleported to Tom and a child fucking Houdini'd his way out of nowhere. Damn near shitting my pants, I grabbed the magic child and teleported to the top of mass fusion and witnessed the Institute go up in a massive explosion, proving that yes, you can beat Fallout 4 with only silenced weapons. Thank you to everyone who came by to watch my stupid challenge. I'm not the quickest when it comes to making videos, but I hope you guys will stick with me regardless. I recently hit 5,000 subscribers and I wanted to express my thanks to everyone who thought my videos were worth subscribing for. I never would have imagined I would get this far. I just wanted to say thank you very much. I'll see you guys in the next video. Love you guys. See ya.